Life is made up of countless journeys. Some short, some long, some of epic proportions. Our journey with you through the years has been an amazing one.
Malaysia Airlines Berhad, formerly known as Malaysian Airlines System, is an airline operating flights of Kuala Lumpur International Airport. It acts as secondary hubs in Kota Kinabalu and coaching to destinations throughout Asia, Oceania and Europe. Malaysia Airlines is the flag carrier of Malaysia and a member of the One World Airline Alliance. The company headquarters are located at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Malaysia Airlines owns two subsidiary airlines, Firefly and Maswings. But however, as successful as they seem, must encounter a lot of hurdles in the airplane industry. Lots of initiatives being taken in order to make sure that must sustain in the market. One of their leaders, Idris Jala, contributes a lot in making sure that must able to remain competent even in its crises and downfalls. For example, he successfully turned MAS from financial crisis into a profitable company within the second year by scrapping unprofitable routes, selling unprofitable assets, and set target for employees.
Idris believes when individuals start to realize how to execute, they become knowledgeable and understand how to resolve the issues. The principle of Idris in the first phase was to succeed in coalition and involve everyone in the team to achieve a mutual goal. This shows when an organization is facing some changes, it is leaders' job to make sure that they are able to address the problem properly and systematically. Leadership plays an essential role in the success of managing organization. The purpose of this video or report is to examine the leadership styles of Malaysia Airline leaders in managing one of the biggest airline companies in Malaysia. The results show that the strong leadership style and approach by the company have contributed to the success of the mentioned airlines.
Now, 6,000 Malaysia Airlines workers are to lose their jobs as part of a major restructuring plan. Passenger bookings have slumped after a disastrous year. 2 airliners were lost in 4 months, along with more than 500 passengers and crew. Rob McBride has more from Kuala Lumpur.
The restructuring plan is a radical one, but it had to be given the unprecedented nature of the crisis being faced by the airline. Khazanah, the government investment company, which has a controlling stake in Malaysia Airlines, unveiled the details. 6,000 jobs will go. That's a third of the current workforce. There will be an investment of $1.9 billion in this complete restructuring designed to make the airline more regionally focused. And the idea is that the airline will return to profitability within 3 years. The job losses are as bad as many people had feared. The company has softened the blow by offering retraining and redeployment. Still, there will be many in the workforce who feel that they are paying the price for poor management decisions of the past. Malaysia Airlines has been losing money consistently for the past 3 years, even before this double airline tragedy. Still, the company believes that with this package, it at least now has a future.
Malaysia Airlines, it's known by many Malaysians in Malaysia. Almost every citizen of Malaysia knows what Malaysian Airline is. So Malaysian Airlines' reputation has been tarnished by them laying off around 1/3 of the labour force. What I mean by 1/3 is around 6,000 workers. This led to the unsatisfaction of the users of Malaysia Airlines and also the workers. Why Malaysia Airlines laid off around 6,000 of their workers is because of poor management. As you can see, in recent years, Malaysia Airlines management has been considered poor, because before this, if you look at recent years, Malaysia Airlines has won many achievements regarding their reputation, regarding their management. But after those like the incidents happened between MH370, MH17, so these incidents actually had an impact on the management of Malaysia Airlines. Not only that, why these thing happen is because the poor management of Malaysia Airlines that lead to the laid-off of 6,000 workers, or 1/3 of their labour force, is because of another reason is because of the bad financial problem that they are facing. One of the reasons why they are facing bad financial problems, they're not getting any profit, is because the routes that Malaysia Airlines take, like for example, they fly to places that not a lot of people go. So that actually has an impact towards their financial problem, because by doing that, they won't get any profit. Like for example, if you fly to a certain area and you only have one passenger, so that basically doesn't give any profit towards Malaysia Airlines. So that leads to a bad financial problem. So to cut costs, to save costs, Malaysia Airlines need to actually lay off 6,000 of their workers to make sure that profit can be made. Okay, how this issue is related to managing change? As you know that in managing change, there is the topic about downsizing and retrenchment. This will be further explained by my teammates Fakrul and Aina. Thank you.
Business downsizing has turned into a reality of working life, as organizations they need to battle to cut expenses and at the same time in order for them to adjust with market demands. All the employees usually would do anything that they can to retain all their good employees. But however, it is proven that downsizing is one of the best strategies that the company can use when the company is facing changes according to economic downturn. Usually, downsizing or retrenchment happen because of the financial loss or anything financial negative circumstances that happens in organization. Stability in the financial base are one of the reasons why organizations use retrenchment or downsizing to get back in track in their company. And the risk of retrenchment was higher for women, the less educated, the low skilled, the middle aged, and those employed by local government or urban collectives.
However, retained employee satisfaction and perception of equity and job security are likely to be affected by layoffs. Their morale could be affected as for the guilt feeling at having survived and become demotivated. There is no clear consensus as to what the ultimate impact of downsizing will be on the overall competitiveness of the organization. While downsizing was intended in part to make people more productive in their work, their effect in many cases has been to reduce the remaining or surviving employees. Apparently, termination of service is permitted by law for operational reasons, which is commonly known as redundancy. The word redundant, however, is not as simple as it sounds as it is. In fact, it is very subjective. Redundancy occurs when the employee is no longer required to work. There are situations where a contract of employment is subject to some inevitable change. Redundancy may happen due to several reasons, such as a downturn in production, sales, or economy, the introduction of technology, business relocation, a business merger, or a business is sold or restructuring of a company.
So, after the appointment of the new Chief Executive Officer of Malaysia Airlines, Captain Izam Ismail, there is some initiative or recovery plan that has been taken by the Malaysia Airlines in order to improve the performance of the Malaysia Airlines, which is one of them is by doing the continuous improvement in productivity, cost base, customer experience, as well as the information technology, in which under 5-year Malaysia Airlines Recovery Plan or MRP, Captain Izam Ismail, or the CEO of Malaysia Airlines, using the MRP in order to improve the performance of the Malaysia Airlines Berhad, and due to that, on the first half year of 2019, MAB or Malaysia Airlines Berhad are successfully achieved their target on improving their performance. Furthermore, the successful of the new CEO of Malaysia Airlines, Captain Izam Ismail, in conducting the recovery performance of Malaysia Airlines, said that Malaysia Airlines also was in line with the other network airline associations in terms of cost base, where Malaysia Airlines Group has been one of the lowest cost base on a cost available 6-kilometer basis. Other than that, throughout the challenges that faced by the Malaysia Airlines Berhad, there is an improvement in revenue average set per kilometer, or RASK, which there is increases on 2% of year-on-year on the back of pricing segmentations. Thus, they also increased on 1% of total revenue, as well as 78% remain sustained on the total load factor. Moreover, currently Malaysia Airlines also has launched a few initiatives such as M-Pace WhatsApp application chatbox, in which it allows the passenger to access their flight information in future. Besides, it is new passenger in order to check their current status of flights or booking information through the chat application. Furthermore, in order to improve the performance of Malaysia Airlines, the company also focusing on IT system group, in which a new passenger service system and migration to cloud-based data center has been improved, as well as the cyber security and strengthen the sharpness with better market.
So, to conclude, even though we see that downsizing or retrenchment is a very aggressive approach, but I believe all the mass leaders take this corrective action because it is what the organization needs. So as we can see, there is a lot of positive improvement and there is a lot of initiatives that's been created by the mass leaders in order for them to manage all the changes. So this is Malaysia Airlines today.
Every journey is a new story unfolding, and we each have our own to follow.
And so innocent back then, chasing dreams, I feel it in my
For me, I wanted the same thing when I first started.
every moment, getting better day by
And the
day.
answer won't be found in rulebooks or pamphlets.
Feeling so
but rather where we come from, our customs, heritage, and traditions, the paths we choose, and the choices we make.
I will never take for granted the kindness that you gave. No matter where I go, you're always there.
People may not remember what you have done, but they will remember how you made them feel.
You see, the most important connections we make aren't between places, but between our hearts.
It doesn't take much to make a difference. Even the smallest gestures can mean so much.
Showing me how much you care.
This is what has always defined us. and we know that it will always be a part of us as Malaysians and as an airline.
Because you are always here, I will never take for granted.
Some call it extraordinary. We call it Malaysian hospitality.